I have a special treat for you guys today. I've lost a few of the videos from the Peter Leeds Academy. I'm sure it was something that I did, but I had to refilm them. I've already filmed 2 videos so far today. And I thought you guys would really benefit from this one video that I just added back to the Peter Leeds Academy. One of the best ones of all of them. So I thought, why don't I share it with all you guys, and you can decide if you benefit from it or if you like it. Whether you run your own business or you're looking for a stock to invest in that is a corporation, you'll know better how to understand how well it's going to do going forward. There's a whole bunch of stuff you probably never considered or heard about, and the way we look at things is about 10% of what we do in our analysis is third level analysis, and that's what the part is that I'm going to give to you guys as a gift. You'll see some of the kinds of caliber of the content that is available for everybody who takes the Peter Leeds Academy. Also, another congratulations and thank you to Picking Gold, our second Peter Leeds Gold Coin Contest giveaway winner. So congratulations for that photo. I'm going to give you one testimonial I got, and then we're going to get right into this special third level analysis aspect of the Peter Leeds Academy. This is a testimonial I got, and I copied it, never used it yet, but here's one of my favorite ones. Man, I love how you always answer my questions. You've been the best financial investment that I made in the course of my life to date. That was from Quentin. Thank you so much, man. What a great comment, and I'm glad to be able to use it. Now let's get right into third level analysis and understanding branding and positioning and differentiation to indicate whether or not the stock, the underlying company, is going to do very well going forward or not. I hope you guys enjoy this special free gift I'm going to give to you. Always remember that nothing we say here should be intended as personalized trading advice for you. You need to make your own decisions. You do your own due diligence. We are going to give you our 100% honest opinion, what we believe is going to happen, and we happen to be very educated, very good at this stuff. And always remember that I am wrong 100% of the time. You guys are doing great, by the way. You've come this far. We're almost all the way through the course, and this is where it gets a little bit different, the way that we look at things, the Peter Leeds team, compared to most other analysts out there, and perhaps why we have such a big advantage over most of them. We talk about third level analysis, and that's what this section is all about, the abstract review. We're going to look at the third level analysis, how that can affect a company and the prospects of the company, therefore the underlying stock price of the corporation. Third level analysis involves branding, product differentiation, marketing techniques. So we'll chip through a few of these concepts which you've learned about now by this point, and we'll talk about a few things I want to say about each of these concepts. Technically, this is an extension of fundamental analysis, but we separate it out. We look at it differently because it's an aspect of the company that you want to see it from a different perspective. Fundamentals are pretty easy to look up. We look up fundamentals, of course, but then we also get involved with the marketing of the company itself, the branding. That's what it's all about. Branding is so much more important than most people realize. So if you're running a small business yourself, this may benefit you from the tactical standpoint, but also if you're looking for stocks that are undervalued, you want a company that's got great branding in a growing market. Branding is about what does the prospect think in their mind? What do they see in their mind when they think about the underlying brand? If they don't think anything, that's not good because there's not enough exposure then. But if it's McDonald's, what do people think about McDonald's? They probably think about the same thing from one person to the next, from one continent to the next. If branding is done well, a company can generate a lot more revenues at a lot less cost. If everybody's trying to buy a Prada purse, people will pay more for a Prada purse, and to make a purse doesn't cost Prada less or more than any other purse maker. It's all about the brand. What does the brand represent? If you have that purse, you've got a Prada purse, it must mean that you're a somebody, you're really making it in life, or whatever people think about with fashion stuff. But the point is that there's the branding there, the underlying branding that'll make people pay more for something, trust it more, be more loyal. And in the course, I mentioned a book by Al Ries and Jack Trout. It's called The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. You definitely want to get that book, read it, and learn everything about that. Then you'll be able to spot companies that are trading that have good branding and bad branding. Good or bad branding. If you see a company with bad branding, they're going to be swimming upstream the entire way. You want a company with good branding because then even the mistakes they make don't matter as much. And if you want to improve a business or improve the way you invest in stocks, the number one way you can have the most gain, the most advantage, is by understanding branding. If you're running your own company and you get your branding right, that'll make you be able to bring in a lot more money for a lot less cost in a much shorter time frame or a short time window. But if you're looking for a company to invest in and you see that they've got good branding, you can know that those shares will probably have the wind in their sails as long. And I talk a little bit about in the Abstract Deluge, I want to talk about soft innovations, which is the number one best way to run any company, the most effective way. For example, a soft innovation is something like vitamin water, lightweight tennis racket. Two concepts that you intrinsically know, and you combine them and it makes a new product. That's why vitamin water sold itself. People bought it before they even knew what it tasted like. The world's safest car. The most delicious weight loss food. Those are all soft innovations that help the prospect understand what the company is offering and why that might be of value to them. And that's the easiest way to run a company. The worst way is educating the market. If what you need to do as a company is to educate the market, get them to understand what it is that you're selling and why it's valuable, you've already lost. That's why companies have a hard name to remember or pronounce. They spend a lot of the time in their radio ads trying to explain how to pronounce their name and how to remember it. They've already lost. Anytime you add a mispronounced name or a hard name to remember, you add another step of what people have to do to connect with you. Anytime you add a layer of friction, you lose a lot of prospects. If you're involved with a business or you're looking at an investment that is about educating the market, you most certainly want to move on to some other prospect, because that company or stock will be in a little bit of trouble going forward on an ongoing basis as they continually try to educate the market. There's no bottom to it. It's very costly and it's very ineffective, even if you do it properly. And one thing that, if you ever do any marketing materials that you should know, is that when a human sees another human face, they cannot physiologically not recognize that that's a human. They notice it and they put in a whole bunch of concepts what they think that human represents. Oh, that person's a threat. That person looks funny. That person has kind eyes. But you do this all in the back of your head without even realizing it, and you cannot not do it. That's why it's so important to always use a human face in any kind of marketing thing or any kind of thing at all. Always put a human face. People notice it. They see it. You can ignore words. If you put up a bunch of words about how your company is so great or your product's so great, that can get lost so easily, and it usually does. You put up a picture of a human face, people recognize it, they notice it. And if there's anything in that human that you're trying to get across, such as we're a friendly company, you put a friendly face there, people will see friendliness with your company's information. Always use human faces because you can telegraph a bunch of content or information about what your brand is before they even know what your brand's about. Always remember that if you're the best, doesn't mean anything. You could be the best singer in the world, the best tasting cola, you could be whatever, but that doesn't mean you get to be number one. There's a lot of other things going on here. It's got nothing to do with it, which cola is tasting better. People, for example, will buy a cola that they always buy. They're used to the one cola, so they buy it. They see it, they buy it, done. They don't worry about it too much. But was it the best tasting cola? Probably not. But they got it because they're used to it. They got it because they're not going to rock the boat. They feel good with the cola they have or that they normally get, so they just do it by muscle memory. Or that's their preference maybe, but it doesn't matter if you make your cola taste better. You're not going to take over the market from Coca-Cola. You can't become a better singer and then take over the charts from Britney Spears and Madonna. And there's a lot more aspects to the miscellaneous review where I'm talking about what kind of alliances and allies each company has, because that can go a long way. If they're in tight with the government and they're applying for government jobs, they might do a little bit better because of that. And another weak point, if you're looking at a company, if they've got a motto, that's not good. If they say you've tried the rest, not tried the best, often imitated, never duplicated, service is our guarantee. What does that mean? And it could be representing any kind of company. They could be a florist or a restaurant, but you don't know. What you want to do is have a positioning statement. We make the lightest tennis rackets. We sell vitamin water. We have the fastest car available anywhere. Those are all positioning statements. They're helping you establish whatever brand you're trying to establish. They will be incredibly more effective than a generic motto. It's always better than a generic motto, like you've tried the rest, now try the best. Anything stupid like that is meaningless and useless, and it's friction, and it makes people get confused, and that's going to make you lose a lot of prospects. A few of the examples I put in the document from the Peter Leeds Academy: we repair your car within 24 hours guaranteed. The loudest stereo speakers. No buffet has healthier food options. Those are all positioning statements that tell you exactly what is for sale. And if you want healthy buffet food options, you're going to go to the healthy food buffet. And I talk a little bit about the medium is the message. If you're selling a fancy watch, you should advertise the fancy watch in a glossy magazine, not on some Kijiji website somewhere. Where you advertise is telling you part of the story about what it is that you're selling. That's what it means when you hear the medium is the message. Pay special attention to that when you're looking at a company you want to invest in. See how they're advertising things. Are they positioning it in certain ways? Are they leaning in with their product differentiation aspect that's going to really get your attention and get you to benefit by buying their product? These are the things that you should look at when you're investing in a company. You look at it from the perspective of the corporation. How are they advertising what it is they provide? What are they giving in terms of value for value? That's how a business runs. Value for value. What are they providing that enough people want a piece of that and they're willing to pay enough money for it that that's going to allow this company to continue to thrive and survive going forward? I just want to say you guys are doing so great. You're almost done. Just stick with me a little bit longer and you guys are going to know everything that we have to offer for you in the Peter Leeds Academy.